We're ready. I'm feeling it. You're feeling it? I'm feeling it. Let's do this. Spirits, angels, and guides, ascended masters, loved ones, teachers, positive ancestors, give me the overall energy here as it relates to my collective in love. What do they need to know at this time? Oh, dang. Okay. So, I feel like this is, right now, Ms. Gina, the Soulful Strut, okay? The Soulful Strut, Young, Whole, Unlimited. This is this energy of a collective that feels really good for the first time about love, and it's like feeling good about moving forward in love. This is the energy of feeling free. There's something here that I feel like was keeping you stuck in your head. Okay, could have been an air sign, or you could be an air sign. There's definitely this energy of like being stuck overthinking about something. Maybe it's overthinking about something that you were fearing was ending, or something that had ended, or you're maybe questioning whether you end something. This is the energy of feeling like the mind was keeping you in the state of like this torturous cycle. But I feel like this is something you're releasing. I'm getting this energy of feeling like you're releasing this and not feeling trapped by this anymore. Feeling a sense of freedom from this. And you feel good. There's this energy of like feeling good, feeling more at peace, feeling more at ease. So this doesn't have to be a physical ending, but I do feel like there's this energy of something is not causing me to overthink anymore. Tell me a little bit more about this. What do we need to know about what the situation was? Yeah, there's something here where, damn. There's something here where some of you felt like to be with someone you had to accept maybe less than what you were deserving, but over time, eventually that accepting of said less than what you deserve started to feel like it was haunting you. Like the fact that you just knew that there was more out there. Because look at the energy you're in right now. Some of you are an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but I feel like you're moving forward. Like you're putting one foot in front of the other. You're moving forward. You're focusing on things in your control. You're doing things that make you feel good. You're building yourself up. Some of you could be focusing on making your physical body feel stronger, or just taking care of yourself, resting, doing things that make you feel like you are a guardian of your own energy. And I feel like this is, in the past it felt hard to disconnect from this, but I don't feel like it's hard anymore. So I don't feel like you fully cut ties with this person. For most of you, you're still connected to this person. Could be an earth sign or an air sign. But I feel like what you have recognized is you're not willing to hold on to a relationship with this person, specifically at this time, if you feel like it can't give you what you deserve. So pretty clear energy here. What do we need to know about this person? What is this person? How are they seeing my collective at this time? Damn. They're seeing you as moving forward regardless of whatever, regardless of what action they take, you're moving forward. They're seeing you as being like, I have to do what's right for me. I have to do what's right for me. And you're very clear. Like some of you so this is this person's perception of you, okay? It may be wrong, but this is how they're perceiving you. They're perceiving you as being like, I am very clear about what I want and it's not this. I'm very clear about what I desire emotionally and it's not this. I'm very clear about what love feels good to me and what love doesn't feel good to me. And I feel like you've drawn a line in the sand here. You've drawn a very clear line in the sand. And this is helping you feel free. And I feel like this is somebody who's seeing you detached from them just because it makes you feel happier to have this awareness of what is possible versus focusing on what seemed to be impossible. Dang, that's what this is. Y'all cracked the code on this. I feel like there's a big spiritual epiphany here that's taking place. This is that point of ascension where you're about to step into a higher timeline. Because there's a part of you that already exists in that higher timeline that is speaking to you, that is coaxing you towards this world in which anything is possible. And instead of focusing on this place of broken promises or dreams or just ruminating over something that wasn't working, you're like, but what could be if I allow myself to be open to what will be or what the possibilities are? This is a very expansive energy, okay? You deserve the best version of love. Tell me dang, and stability. What does this person desire from my collective? This is somebody who's thinking about you, dreaming about you. This is somebody who has not stopped thinking about you since you detached from their energy. What are they thinking specifically about my collective at this time? Damn, this is an overthinker. I feel like the more you detach from this person, the more they realize that they need to be able to offer you the love that you've been explicitly stating to them is the love that you need. I feel for a lot of you, this is not even a game that you're playing. You're doing this because you feel like you have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself from continuing to share yourself vulnerably. For some of you, you even recognize that you were explaining yourself too much to this person. Because I don't feel like this is somebody that you're in no contact with or separation with. I feel like this is someone you have limited contact with. And there's this energy of, I'm not going to continue to ask for what I want or defend what my needs are over and over. It's like, man, it's like this energy of like, please. It's like begging, please. It's like, that's not your energy anymore. Now you're like, I'm a badass bitch and I moved forward in my life and I'm feeling good now. It's like, you're not going to be over here with this person. Be like, do you see me? Do you see me? Do you see what I want? Do you see what I need? That's just not your energy anymore. So I feel like this is somebody who's seeing you in a very confident energy and a happy energy and a fulfilled energy, feeling excited about your life. And I feel like that's making them realize that like, yeah, maybe they won't always be around. Maybe they won't continue to be available unless I actually level up. This is the energy of incentivizing and encouraging this person to level up. But you're not directly communicating this to them anymore because you're sick of that. You're sick of telling this person what you need. Instead, you're going to show them what you need. You're going to show them by evacuating the presence in their life until they decide to come forward and come correct. So it's an uncomfortable state of silence for this person, because I feel for a lot of you, you stopped talking to this person. You stopped talking to them, or you stopped engaging with them because you're like, I'm going to show you through actions. I'm going to show you through actions what I need, because words aren't working anymore. I feel like you had enough conversations with this person. It just was like broken record. Damn. What was the... This is somebody who right now is having a difficult time, though. I feel like every time they try to pretend that they're okay with this, it's like another emotion comes up. I feel like these waves of emotions keep hitting this person. What is this person hoping for with my collective? Damn. They hope that you forgive them for not being the person that you deserved in the past. But I still feel like this is somebody who's sabotaging things. This is somebody who feels guilty, but they're definitely sabotaging things because they're afraid. And I feel for a lot of you, so it's very interesting. I saw a message that came through regarding this, and I received a download that confirmed this, regarding what it feels like sometimes when you give love to somebody who doesn't feel like they deserve this love. Because I feel like you gave love to this person, and to some degree, they didn't feel like they deserved the love. And instead of them feeling honored to receive your love, for a lot of you, this is somebody who looked at it as an obligation. And not so much an obligation to love you the same way in return, an obligation to become the version of themselves that you saw, to become the person that you knew that they could be, to level up to the person that you projected towards them. It triggered them because they didn't have a positive self-image. So as the extent where instead of seeing this as an honor to be loved by you, they saw it as a detriment. They saw it as a burden, because they're like, well, how do I get to where they are? How do I become the person that they see? How do I like claw myself out of this cycle in which I'm being validated by things that seem simple and easy, and like I don't have truly this internal self-awareness or level of confidence? Like, how do I get to that place? I feel for a lot of you that was a challenge here, and this is somebody who has sabotaged your relationship. But it's not because they don't love you, it's because there's a big part of them that doesn't see themselves as the person that you love. Damn, we just got deep. What else do we need to know about this relationship, though, moving forward? For divine counterparts who are in separation, what is the energy around this at this time? For a lot of you if you are in actual separation with this person, this is somebody who does feel that intensity that is pulling them towards you. The chemistry that you have, they might have thought that it was something that they could just explain away or maybe even replicate with others. They have not been able to do so. There's a lot of turmoil on this person's side, because every time they try to find you in someone else, they can't. Every time they try to replace what you brought to their life, they can't. And every time they try to get inspired elsewhere and distract themselves, they can't. I feel like this is somebody who keeps being brought back to you. But again, the thing that blocks them from fully being open, like welcoming you in, is the fact that they, at this time, are sabotaging this because they just don't see themselves in that idealistic way. Tell me, what is the advice here for my collective who are dealing with this person at this time? I feel for a lot of you, it's time to make a change for this person. And I feel like you have, for the most part. But the first thing is not accepting their illusionary view of this relationship. Because for some of you, you love this person enough where you were like, okay, I'm just going to accept that I'm okay with whatever they can offer because I love them, in the hopes that eventually they see things in this truthful way. or in a way that I feel like is truthful. And I feel like that actually kept you stuck. So then it caused you confusion. Then you're like, wait a second, are they actually in a state of truth? Like, are they right about this? Am I right about this? I feel like it just created a lot of confusion for you. So as the extent where you're like, I don't want to buy into a story that I don't believe, like I don't resonate with this. I feel for many of you, you got caught up in that. You got caught up in some story that you didn't even agree with or believe in. And I feel like now you're like, I'm unwilling to do that. I'm unwilling to get caught up in this person's false narrative or story that they're creating for their life. And I feel like now in this moment, there's this energy of taking some time here, taking some time for yourself. For many of you, like I said, you're leading with action. You're leading with action. Tell me, what does this person want my collective to know, if anything, at this time? They want you to know, damn, you've had a profound impact on this person. For many of you, this is somebody that is seeing you as euphemistic or again, analogous to following their higher purpose. It's like they see if they follow you towards this new world, if they allow themselves to access this brave new world, this is connected to them connecting to their higher purpose and you. It feels like there's this awareness of the fact that if they can be courageous enough to start to think differently, believe in a new way, shift the way that they live and exist, that would be connected to following a higher path that would be connected to you. But I also feel like this is somebody who has a lot of fears because this is a big ask for this person. For a lot of you, there are a lot of life changes that have to take place for this person to be able to move beyond the limitations that they've created for themselves. And I'm seeing for many of you, you are very brave. I feel like this person does struggle. They struggle with having the same bravery and courage, which feels like it comes easy for you. It feels like for most of you, yeah, you are by nature transformational. You have lived very many past lives. It feels like most of you are old souls. So for you, when you see a change, of course it's not comfortable, but you've become adept at managing and handling changes. Your energy is strong. You have a lot of tenacity. And you're evolutionary by nature. So for most of you, you just recognize that this is just part of your path, Tell me a little bit more about what my collective is doing to be able to evolve beyond this and what lesson they're taking away. For most of you, what you're doing to move beyond this is just to feel the way it feels. You're letting yourself process these feelings and you're doing so bravely and courageously, and you're caring for yourself because you know that if you feel your feelings, and you honor those feelings, you have space for those feelings, while also tending to those feelings. That is giving yourself the validation that this person didn't give you. For a lot of you, this person didn't give you the validation that you knew that you needed. But for some of you, it's because you were seeking it from the wrong source. Seeking it from someone else instead of seeking it from yourself. And I feel for a lot of you as well at this time, it's about continuing to care for yourself and be mindful of your own energy. So as you evolve through this feels like a win. This feels like something that's actually contributing to your success. What is the lesson this person's learning in this connection? Damn. Y'all, some of y'all are going to cheer this. Others, you may just have a neutral experience. Let me know what your response is to this position your person's in, okay? It'll be interesting to see how most of you on your journey, where you are in terms of responding to where this person is. So this is somebody who is recognizing that the more they deceive themselves, the more they're dishonest with themselves, the more the karma will catch up to them. They're realizing that karma spares no one, never misses. They eventually will be forced to make changes or to create shifts in their life because the imbalance can only stay in balance for so long until you teeter over, right? Until you're upside down. So this is definitely somebody who is recognizing that there is self-deception here. There is self-deception here. And that self-deception is something that they feel like there's almost like a limited capacity for it. They're aware of the fact that they can only deceive for so long before karma catches up with them, the universe catches up with them. Depending on where you are all on your path, depending on where you are in your journey, some of you will say, hell yeah, this person's going to get their karma. Others will say, neutral. They need to do what's best for them. And for some of you, you'll say, I wish that they don't have to experience that. Let me know what you feel based on what your person is experiencing. Because depending on where you are in your journey, you may respond differently to this. But I feel for a lot of you, this is somebody who needs to experience this so they can go through this and do this head on. And I feel like for you, you're not avoiding your feelings where this person is. This person is. What is this person's next actions towards my collective? There is growth here, especially if you're dealing with an earth sign, okay? Especially if you're dealing with an earth sign, there is growth here, okay? But I feel for a lot of you, the growth on this person's side comes with some toxic patterns. And this person's talks about, I just heard people pleaser. For some of you, this is somebody who's a people pleaser. I feel like, okay, and for others, this is a very specific message for some of you. This is somebody that I feel like doesn't allow themselves to experience pleasure, but they ensure everyone else around them has this. So as the extent where there's a part of them that feels like they're not worthy of that. So when they were with you, they experienced a lot of pleasure. We're not going to talk about what kind, but when they were with you, it was a very pleasurable experience, right? It was a euphoric experience. It was a utopian experience. It was like they were in this paradise where it was all pleasure and joy and beauty and love and spicy time, which we're not going to get into, okay? It's, what is it? 4:24 p.m. Eastern, too early, okay? Earmuffs for those of you who are, yes. But anyways, this is definitely somebody who felt like you were this key to opening this kingdom of paradise. But I also feel like this is somebody who has a little bit of a hindrance, or again, there's a wound here around not feeling worthy of this. So they can only access it from a place of temptation. They can only access it. It's a daytime program. They can only access it in this world that feels like elusive, like behind closed doors. So it's almost like Catholic guilt. It's like Protestant guilt. There's a little bit of puritanical energy here of like, I'm not deserving of this. I'm not worthy of this. I can't have this. Only everyone else around me gets to have this. And it comes out in an unhealthy way. Do you ever notice that every time you tell yourself that you're not allowed to have chocolate cake, you can't have it, you're not allowed to have it, it's bad, that you want it even more? This is somebody who's like, I'm not allowed to have this, I'm not worthy of this, I'm not deserving of this. But I feel like it's just making them secretly want it even more. Secretly desire it even more. And it feels like every time they want it, there's a part of them that instantly thinks of you. And I'm not just talking about the physical intimacy. This is somebody who feels like you are just a pleasurable energy to be around. Your communication, your conversation, the fact that you hold space for this person, the fact that you were able to share so deeply with each other, it goes beyond surface level, okay? So what do we need to know about this person's journey moving forward? Damn. I feel for a lot of you, yeah, this is somebody who is aware of the fact that they need to have the courage to make a big change here. I feel like this is somebody who is kind of avoiding things. It's so interesting. Here's what I'm getting for most of you. Y'all got sick of being in a situation that wasn't changing because you were at a place in your life in which you're not afraid of change. You face change head on. Like you stare change in the eyes and you have showed that you have no fear. I feel like you are in that energy. You're in that warrior energy. You're in a spiritual warrior energy. You're like, I'm ready to change, to evolve, to transform. I'm going to make the most of this goddamn life. I'm going to ensure that I'm meant to experience all the things that the universe has planned for me. I feel that most of you are not afraid at this time. You're in this very courageous, brave energy, and you are making changes for yourself. And those changes are formative, and they're helping you step into this higher timeline. And it feels like you are letting your actions speak for yourself. Again, you're not saying these things. Most of you are moving in silence. You're not even telling people this. We're in the past. Maybe you would have put this on social media, or maybe you would have been like, look what I'm doing with my life, or look at my accomplishments. Maybe you I'm going to call you guys out for some of you. Some of you, every time you had some big accomplishment, maybe you splash it on social media, or like you post like a hot thirst trap on Instagram, or you post some like LinkedIn update that you got a new job, or it's like you want to tell everyone in the group chat what's going on. Where I feel like for a lot of you now, you're kind of keeping your plans to yourself. You're moving in silence. You're moving with a state of agility. It's very much like this like leopard energy, panther energy. It's fierce. It's focused. It's incisive. It's ambitious. It's like, it's very predatorial. It's like, you know what you want and you're going to get it, but you don't need to tell everyone about it. You don't need to tell everyone about it. And I feel like that is also coming through as this energy that is inspiring this person, because I feel like they can feel your energy shifting. They can feel your energy shifting. And I'm seeing that this is somebody who is trying to find the courage to make a change. Where right now, you're not avoiding making changes in your life. Where I feel for a long time, you were avoiding changes with this person. You are avoiding making some type of final ending with them, or distancing yourself or detaching, because you didn't want to lose this person. But you're not avoiding that anymore. For most of you, you just recently took a stance on this relationship for the first time in a long time, and it feels really good. Feels really good. It didn't feel good at first, and maybe sometimes it doesn't feel good, but most of the time it feels good. And on your person's side, they know you're not messing around anymore, because you're not going to wait around for this person to decide that they're brave enough or to find their courage. You hope that you motivate them, but I don't see you willing to lower yourself to where they are anymore. That's the biggest difference, because y'all know that your growth is more important. As my good friend Stephen King Tarot once said, your growth is more important. It's more important that you continue to evolve and transform and focus on the goals that you have, because your goals are goddamn important. Your desires are goddamn important. What you want for your life is important. And don't let anyone tell you or make you feel otherwise. That's where you are at this time. You are willing to sacrifice putting your energy into other circumstances or meeting other people where they are if you can meet yourself where you are. And where you are is a very expansive place. I'm seeing that this is a collective that's making big changes. Okay? Now, will this person come forward in the future? Do we need to know anything about the future energy for this connection? So I wouldn't count this person out completely. I feel like this is somebody who's looking at this right now like they have a lot on their plate. They've got so much going on. But I also feel like a little bit of that is like excuses. Sorry about it. That's true. It's true. Someone had to say it. Because when people are like, I'm so busy, I've got so much going on. If you've ever had something that's really important in your life, would it not be a priority? If you ever had something you want to do more than anything and it was like your heart's truest calling, wouldn't you find a way to prioritize it? It's like, I feel like there's this energy here of not allowing yourself to make excuses or like resting on your laurels. If you really want something, you'll find a way to make it happen. Right? And it's not so much if they wanted to, they would. I feel like that's part of it. I feel like there's other context here. But if it's something that's very important to you, if it aligns with your values, then you will find a way. You will find a way. Okay? So I don't see that this person will be making excuses or saying that they've got too much going on permanently. I do see that this is somebody who will get the courage to come forward. I see for most of you, this is happening within the next 3 months. I see for a lot of you, this is something that feels unexpected. Because for some of you, you've kind of given up on this person in terms of showing a different side of themselves. You're kind of looking at this person like, I hope you do, but you're not optimistic. You're not optimistic. And for those of you who are accepting the fact that this is something that may never happen, I actually feel like you've never felt happier with it. To be honest, it feels like y'all are in a place in which you feel truly at peace. That's the energy you need to stay in. Final advice for my collective. I feel that many of you, at least up until this time, have had doubts around maybe things that you felt that you repressed, or maybe you even had regrets around things you repressed. Maybe you felt like you needed to say something to this person in the past, or you wanted things to happen in a certain way and they never ended up coming to be that way, or things never ended up following through in a certain specific path. But like, trust and believe that everything happened the way that it was meant to. And I feel for most of you, again, you are feeling at peace, you are feeling at ease, and you're focusing all of this beautiful energy in yourself. This is Saturn energy. Saturn energy is, I'm going to focus on being responsible for my life. This is like being the dad that maybe some of y'all didn't have. That dependable, reliable, like consistent, loyal, loving energy who is always going to be with you to protect you and show you the way. I feel like you're doing that for yourself. You're doing that for yourself. You're giving yourself that strong, masculine, energetic influence to say, I know what's best for you, okay? Let me take care of you. Let me wrap my arms around you. Let me do everything that you need to feel like you are my number one priority. Emperor energy, Emperor energy. And this is what is allowing you, for many of you, to clear this karmic debt. Because for some of you, the karmic debt here was connected to this person being correlated to that parental figure. And the more you nurture yourself, the more you'll release yourself. Damn, that was a big message. The final advice for this collective is continue to plant new seeds. Most of you are planting seeds now in the springtime that will harvest in the fall. So if you feel a sense of heaviness, if you feel like your heart feels like it is just covered with barbed wire, and it's just, there's so much pain and there's such a sensitivity at this time to triggers, know that that is a temporary state of existence, okay? Allow yourself to plant these seeds. Be consistent. Be accountable to yourself. Give yourself 3 months And by the beginning of the autumn season, I feel that most of you will be a completely different person. Never feeling more joyful, more at peace. Because for most of you, you're already feeling this theoretically, but sometimes throughout your day-to-day, something throws you off, okay? So stay committed to the path. And I see most of you, there's a brand new cycle that's coming in for you and potentially a brand new cycle with this person, okay? Hope that message was helpful for my collective. Sending so much love, positive energy, and abundance. Newman! If you guys enjoyed that collective message, 1111 down below to let me know. This is why she wants to sit up for some reason here. Okay, Newman. Wait a minute, gotta wash your face. You got eye guts.